Louder Than Hunger by Schu, a First Chapter Friday read aloud video with the Word Nerd.
Today, as you listen, play along. Watch for the story quote that will appear on screen. Write it down word by word and then follow the instructions given to your teacher. Be sure to stay all the way to the end to see if you've written it down correctly.
Hi, my name is Amanda Zieba. Welcome to my channel Learning with the Word Nerd and another First Chapter Friday video. This week I'm going to be reading to you from Louder Than Hunger by Schu. And before we get started, I want to let you know that this is one of those books about hard things. And sometimes books about hard things are hard to read and they're not right for us in the moment of living through that hard thing. It might be too fresh, too hard. But sometimes books about hard things are helpful. And that's why I think that this author, Schu, wrote this book, is that he personally lived through a really hard thing and he made it out to the other side. And he wanted kids to know, kids who were feeling like he was feeling, that it is possible to make it to the other side. And maybe here are some ways to do that. Maybe you should know that you are not alone. You should definitely know that you're not alone. And so before I go any further, I just want to let you know this book has bullying. This book has eating disorders. This book has self-harm. Um, None of these things are graphic in any way, but it is there. And if that is going to be too much for you at this point, in this moment in time, it is okay to wait and to come back to this another time. If you find yourself in that hard time and you need something to help you through, this might be that book. In the back, there are lots of great resources additionally for teachers, parents, kids, anybody to learn more about what the main character Jake goes through and maybe what you're personally going through. Also, sometimes we don't have to be the person going through the hard thing. Sometimes it's a friend or a family member, and reading a book about a character going through a similar experience as a friend or a family member helps us better understand what that person is feeling, what they're experiencing, what they need, what we can do to be helpful to them. So, all that said, this is a fantastic book, and I am so grateful to John for writing it. I chatted with him a little bit on Instagram earlier this week, inviting him to come for an interview, and he is doing school visits to like December and is unavailable. But he's doing great work out there. Maybe he's at your school. I don't know. Definitely a lot of schools if you're visiting them for like 3 months. So he sends his best, and we're grateful to him. But he will not be interviewed for this video. So let me read you the blurb, tell you a little bit about what the story is about, and then we will jump in to chapter 1. Everything around Jake feels confusing. His middle school's unfriendly, his beloved grandmother seems so tired, and his parents are distracted, as usual. It all just makes Jake want to disappear, and the voice in his mind seems to have all the answers. It makes Jake feel in control even when it whispers things like, "You don't exercise enough," and "You don't deserve to eat." Sometimes Jake tries to drown out the voice, but it seems impossible. It's louder than anything, louder than his favorite songs, louder than the voices of the people he loves, even louder than the sounds of his empty stomach. In this achingly honest free verse book, Schu takes readers inside the life of a boy with an eating disorder. Anyone struggling with pain and in need for connection will see themselves in this unforgettable character, one whose experiences mirror the author's own. Louder Than Hunger by Schu. This notebook belongs to Jake Stacy, grade 8, year 1996. Favorite subject, language arts. Favorite book, The Giver by Lois Lowry. Favorite movie, Home Alone. Favorite sport, rollerblading. Favorite food, blank. Goal, to see a musical on Broadway with Grandma. Writing my name. I write Jake in cursive over and over and over. It's calming, filling page after page in my notebook with signatures, using different colors, purple, green, blue. It's soothing, trying out different styles, fancy, plain, bold, experimenting with markers, highlighters, pastels. Why is it calming? Why is it soothing? Maybe because I'm hoping by writing my name over and over, I'll figure out who I am. Jake, 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 Jake. Nobody. My stomach growls. The voice tells it to stop. I toss the markers inside my top drawer of my desk. I tear out the page and rip it up into little bits, dropping each piece into the garbage can. I look at a photo of Emily Dickinson taped to my desk. I know her poem, I'm Nobody, Who Are You, by heart. So I run in place, burning as many calories as I can, repeating the opening lines. I'm nobody, who are you? Are you nobody too? As fast as I can. I'm nobody, who are you? Are you nobody too? I'm nobody, who are you? Are you nobody too? The voice says, you are repulsive. Am I nobody too? When I can't run anymore, I sit down again at my big brown desk. Mom knocks, knocks, knocks on my bedroom door. I ignore her. Knock, knock, knock. I don't have enough energy to tell her to go away and leave me alone. I wish everyone would just leave me alone forever. Knock, knock, knock. Worry enters the room. She brings it wherever she goes. You can feel it, smell it. Mom puts a plate of pretzels and pepperoni on my desk next to me. My stomach growls again. The voice says, don't eat that garbage. You already ate an apple today. You didn't exercise enough. She says, why haven't you started your homework? That isn't like you. What's going on? I want to say, this isn't like you. You don't usually care. I glare at math problems, wishing X and Y would run away. I imagine feeding the garbage disposal pretzels, pepperoni, and these wretched worksheets, watching it grind everything into tiny bits. The voice. The negative voice inside my head talks nonstop. It has since the middle of 7th grade. It's louder than the hunger in my stomach. I weigh myself 10 times a day, then 15 times a day, then 20 times a day. The lower the number on the scale goes, the bigger I feel. The bigger I feel, the less I eat. The less I eat, the less I feel. I make my body smaller and smaller and smaller. I punish myself day after day. Why? For taking up too much space, for being me, for breathing. Clothes. I own 2 pair of overalls, 1 denim, 1 corduroy. I wear a pair every day to school. Sometimes I wear a big sweatshirt over the overalls. Most people think it's strange, but waistbands, seams, fabrics make me feel itchy, gross. Aware of every inch of my body, every movement, aware of how the denim touches my collarbone, aware of how the corduroy rubs against my thigh, aware of how my body feels at every moment, itchy and gross and growing. I hate 8th grade. I'm in language arts class. I think about Emily Dickinson's photo. I think about her kind eyes. Emily, 8th grade's hard. Hard to concentrate, hard to smile, hard to eat. Emily, 8th grade hurts. I wish I could go back to 4th grade. I was happy in Ms. Wozni class, happy when she told knock-knock jokes and sang silly songs, recited poems about chicken soup with rice. She read aloud to us every day after lunch recess. We would gather together on the carpet, the place where we shared stories. Stories about 4th graders like us going on adventures. Stories about giants and gold. Stories that made everyone laugh. Stories that made everyone belong. Happy when Danielle's desk was next to mine. We always talked about how much we loved our Star Wars and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figures. Emily, will I ever feel happy at school again? Walking home. I walk home from school, lost inside my mind. The voice helped me skip lunch today. The voice helped me lie about why I didn't turn in my homework today. The voice speaks louder and louder and louder at school. And that's where we're going to stop. If you're interested in finding out what happens to Jake on his journey in Louder Than Hunger, I encourage you to pick up a copy from your school library, purchase one from your favorite local indie bookstore, or grab it via the link down in the description box. When you see this book in real life, you might be like, holy cow, that book is huge. And it is. And it's fun with all these neon colors. But I want to show you inside that because it's written as a novel in verse, there are very few words on most pages. And so this is a very, very fast read. And it's kind of like a good ego boost. Like, look, I read this whole big book, the whole thing. I read all the words. So don't be scared when you see the size of it. Thank you so much for joining me today and this week for another First Chapter Friday video. I hope you'll come back again for more great stories from amazing authors. I'll see you again next time. Happy reading.
To continue reading Louder Than Hunger by John Schu, pick up a copy from your school library, purchase one from your favorite local indie bookstore, or grab it via the link in the video description box. Then be sure to check out the rest of the First Chapter Friday playlist. I have almost 200, maybe at this point even more than 200 books ready and waiting for you. This week's mystery quote says, "Deserve to be happy, deserve to live." Thanks so much for visiting my channel. I hope you come back again for more First Chapter Fridays, brain breaks, direct teaching instruction videos, and more. Please like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.